Okay, here's a quick garage review of the T3485M. It's got about 120 to 130 upper plate if you're face on to it as far as armor goes. And if you angle it up, some and use your gun depression, you can get like 170, 180. And if you angle it even more, you can get even more armor. Lower plate is cheese. The turret is okay. It's pretty good against tier 6s. Of course, the bigger cupola is pennable, but as far as tier 6 mediums go, this is by far the most well-armored tank. And it's Russian, so it's got 2,400 damage per minute that I've got it set up as. And it also has 810 hit points, which is great. The side armor is 45, so you can side scrape against 122s, and I can't tell you the amount of times that I've side scraped and bounced shots with this thing. It is incredible at that. It also has fairly decent power to weight, 53 kilometers forwards, 18 backwards, the way I have it set up. 515, but the soft stats actually say that it's got more like 540. The way I've got it set up, and I don't know why that is. And the ground resistances are excellent. If you look on Tanks GG, they're way better than the regular T3485. So this is more mobile with more armor than the standard T3485. Camo 29%. That's okay, I guess. And I only have 427 meters of V range, but that's okay. I do have to use optics to get there. If I used food, I could probably, and this doesn't catch on fire a lot, guys, but if I use food, I could probably bump that up some. So on to the crew. Let's talk about the gun is the main point, though. 180 alpha at tier 6 is fantastic, and it's a 4.5 second reload. I can't overemphasize the DPM. So we've got Sixth Sense, we've got Recon, we've got Brothers in Arms, and we're working on repairs. On the Gunner, we've got Snapshot, and we've got repairs, Brothers in Arms, and concealment. On the Driver, we've got Smooth Ride, we've got repairs, Brothers in Arms, and we're working on concealment there. And that's mainly for the tier 8 games that you get into. Situational awareness on the radio operator is the best skill you can have on him. Repairs, BIA, and then we're also doing camo. So, and the loader, we've got repairs, we've got safe stowage, we've got Brothers in Arms, and we're working on concealment. I would probably change this to intuition if I could, but I kind of feel like, I don't know, it's not that important. So it's pretty quick reload to begin with. So it's got pretty good armor, excellent turret armor if you're hull down against tier 6 and below, which this game is going to be a tier 4 to 6 game. So let's jump. This is a weak spot here. About 90 millimeters of penetration will get through this gunner's port. So I hope that helps. I guess I'll go through the rest of it. We have improved rotation mechanism just to give us a little bit better gun handling, because the gun handling's not great, but it's not terrible. And a rammer, of course, and then optics to pump up that view range. Okay, let's jump into the replay. Well, here we are on Redshire, and it is encounter mode, and we're just firing in the air because we like to do that a la skill, just for fun. And we're going to go over to our typical tree, knock it over, and try and get some vision on the heavies. Now, looking at the team lineups, the things I'm kind of afraid of, the KV-85, the enemy T-3485, my nemesis, and the T-78. And the Churchill, actually, if he loads gold, he can pen me. Everything else, I'm not too afraid of, and therefore I'm going to sit in locations that I would normally not sit. Like, I'm lit right now. Normally I would pull back, but in this case there's nothing to shoot at me yet. And so we're just going to go ahead and shoot at these guys and crack them. and keep them lit for our team. It does not look like our team is getting shots on them. I could be wrong about that, but it sure doesn't look like it. And this is, there's tier 4s in this game, so we should be having a great game here. As the Churchill pops over, and we're able to show off our armor by angling it up and also hiding our cupola a little bit. So no one's really challenged me at all yet. So what I want to do is make sure that I am in a position to get shots. And this poor Hetzer, he's a tier 4, he's firing AP rounds, and they are just never going to pen my tank. He does not have a very good rate of fire, and he does not have very good pen. Now you'll notice I shot at the T-34-85, even though the Hetzer was aimed at me, because I felt like he was a bigger target. As we do get a shot on this KV-85, and we get a second shot on him. You can see this gun is voracious. It is insanely good. But what I don't want to do is get caught out by the heavies, and I will take a hit to get away from the heavies, because in that corner that I was at, you're kind of stuck there, and peeking and poking is a little bit of a guessing game. Whereas this T-34-85 is in all kinds of trouble, and I take one shot onto him and then just allow my team to finish him off. Now that allows me to shoot at this Stug, and I'm going to give this Stug some damage later on in just a little bit here. But what I want to do is back him off, because I have not been shot from the regular sniper nest at all. So I would like to come around and flank this Churchill. That's my goal. Because if I can flank him, I can take him out, and then we can progress. Again, normally you don't want to push this heavy side at all. But in this case, I'm not too worried about it, because nothing has been shooting at me. So we do not penetrate the Stug B, and I'll tell you what I was thinking here. You see he's got a derp gun? And I'm giving him the rear of my tank. So this tier 4 does a great job of penetrating me. That is entirely my fault. But I've been watching some very, very aggressive players, and I was trying to get aimed to where I could get further up and start farming damage on the rest of the team. And that was a fatal error. I should have just continued down the hill. He probably would have stayed facing me, might have even followed me, but I don't think he ever would have caught me. So, and with a derp gun, it's very hard to fire on the move. So, it's a mistake. I made it. It's no big deal. It's tier 6. We'll just continue on with our game. Now, one thing you'll notice is that we have pretty good view range. Not full, but pretty good view range, which is, in this tier, is a fantastic thing. When you're playing against tier 4s and 5s, it's a great thing. I know this is painful to watch me drive this thing. But we're able to pick up a spot on this Panzer, and although we don't get a shot on him, we're up to 834 assists. So you notice I've been watching the mini-map. See the left? Yeah, he's my favorite target. You guys know that. I love shooting Artie. So we're going to go ahead and wait for him to turn. He turns, and we're able to get a nice shot onto him. Panzer 4H. I think this might be a new player, guys. It just, the way he's moving about the map just feels like he's probably a new player. He's not aimed at us, and just kind of touring around the map, and we're going to go ahead and finish him off. So, again, we're picking up a little bit of spotting here and there, and not huge amounts, but it all adds up. You want ace tankers, that's the way to get them, is a little bit of assist and a lot of damage. And kills, of which we have 4 right now. So there's only 2 guys left. And I could potentially bully both of them, but they are trapped by this Chaffee. And our T150 is also making a play for them, and he's got 900 to 1,000 hit points, and this tier 4 and this tier 5 have very little hope of penetrating him. So I'm kind of thinking they're going to squirt out this end where the Chaffee's at, but they do not. They're just hiding as best as possible. And it's certain now that they know that this T150 is on his way, right? And you're not going to defeat that guy, so I anticipate what they're going to do, which is try and come out this side. And we're able to get a nice shot and finish that guy off just as the light tank is destroyed. So that's the end of the game. 5 kills, 2,800 damage, 887 assists. Let's look at the after action. Okay, here we are at the end results. This is a premium tank, and we got an ace tanker. I forgot to mention that, and a high caliber. For our 1,555 base XP, our Chaffee was second with 1,039. That's actually really good on a tier 5. And we shot 29 shots, 22 hits, 19 pens. And with a premium account, we earned 71,000 credits in a tier 6, guys. Tier 6. And we also got 1,400 assists, so we had some blind assists there, which is fantastic. This was on a 2 times, and then I smashed the button because I have Watt Premium to bump that up, and we ended up with 5,300 experience. So really quite happy with that game. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to catch you next time. Toaster out.